And start recording. Let me know in the comment section where you are watching from. I'm currently in the Eastern Cape and it's been so nice, but today was a very rainy day. Um, but yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. I'm sad to actually head home after our visit here. Colorado, USA, amazing. But Yenachem, wow, welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Always takes me a while to figure this out, but okay, awesome. There we go. So I'm gonna kick off and let's get this show on the road. Okay, awesome. So how to change your life in 90 days. The identity, purpose, and income blueprint for ambitious moms and women. Okay. I want to ask you something. Okay. Do you ever feel like you've lost part of yourself? You do you feel like you're meant for more? You wish you had something that's just yours. This could be in a job, in motherhood, in anything. I feel us as women, we get lost so easily by taking care of others because we are constantly taking care of others, constantly focusing on someone else. And I'm just wondering, like, do you ever feel that? Do you ever feel like you've lost a part of yourself, like you don't have purpose, like you've kind of lost your identity, that kind of thing? Just let me know in the comments. I don't like just talking to myself. So you guys need to be active in the comments, okay? So here's why most women stay stuck. They never decide. That's number one. Number two, they overcomplicate. And number three, they hesitate. So earlier this week, I sent out an email with a short little video that I actually recorded of the three traps where women get stuck. And this was actually a fantastic podcast that I listened by Mel Robbins. And I was resonating so much with all three of the traps because I feel like at some stage in my life, I was in one of these traps. Let me just have a look. Someone is unmuted. Okay, awesome. So, if you haven't watched it, please go check it out. If you didn't, go check out that link that I sent via email. But I resonated with all three of them. And at some point in my life, I wasn't able to make a decision. I was hesitating and I was overcomplicating. So, nothing changes until your identity changes. Okay. So, your current identity might be something like you're waiting, you're doubting, you're overthinking. Let me know what you feel like in your current identity. Does it feel like, because unfortunately, us as women, when we start focusing on all of these other people around us and we completely lose ourselves in it, we wait for a better time. We doubt the decisions we want to make. We overthink the moves we want to make, that kind of thing, right? So, hopefully, when we've been through this training, your future identity is going to look a little bit different. Okay, you'll be more decisive. You'll be more confident in making those decisions, and you will take action. Okay, so the reality most people don't want to hear is that nobody is coming. Okay, you create your freedom. You build your confidence, you change your finances, and you give you permission. And this is really something that hit me like a brick when I realized this. Nobody is coming. If you want to change your situation, you truly need to decide how you want to change it. Okay. Because you are the only one that can create your freedom. No one else can do it for you. And I think, as a young adult and more in my teenage years, I went through quite a rough time in my life with family stuff and all of that. And I fell into this pattern of blaming my circumstances. Yes, but my parents weren't able to put me through university. Yes, but this. Yes, but that. And I came to a point in my life where I realized no one's coming to save me. I need to decide who I want to be, decide what future I want to have, decide how I want to change my finances, or whether I'm happy with what I'm earning at the moment or what I'm earning at my 9 to 5, that kind of thing. And I needed to give myself permission to do all of these things. Okay, so what actually changes lives is not motivation, not inspiration, and not information. It's vision, skills, and action. Okay, I always say to people when they reach out to me and they're asking me a whole bunch of questions, I always say, you can consume all of the information that I'm giving you, but if you do not take action and you don't have a vision or a goal at the end of this, then the information is just going to be like my mom used to say, in through the one ear, out through the other. And that's basically what it is. You can consume all the information in the world. If you don't take action on that information, nothing will ever change. So why the old model isn't working? Traditional model is, you go to school, you get a job, you work harder, and you hope things improve. And I think a lot of people are stuck in this at the moment. As I said, now I wasn't able to work my way through university, and after that, I was kind of, you just fall into the workplace, you fall into the 9 to 5 rat race, and that's just most people just stay in that whether they are unhappy, whether they are not earning enough, they just stay in that because that's how it's meant to be. That's the traditional model, right? But a lot of people are realizing that hard work alone is no longer enough. So these are the three different kind of structures that we have. So we have services, which is either you working for a company, and it's basically trading your time for money. Okay, you trade your time, you give 8 to 10 hours a day or whatever it is, and you earn a salary for that or a paycheck for that. Okay, then number two is creating your own products and selling them. This is very slow to build. It has a lot of monthly costs around it. And it's a very tedious job, I must be honest. Like I've tried all the online things. If you've been following me on social media for a while, you know that I have literally tried all of the things. I did my TEFL certificate. I try to build my own products and things like that. And it's just very slow to build. You're not getting the ongoing coaching and the right strategies to actually execute this. And then we have leverage models. Now, leverage models is literally what is growing the fastest at the moment. So the truth about digital products, the model that's quietly winning, okay, is most people hear digital products and immediately they think complicated, technical, risky, that kind of thing. Let me know if that's you. Just like drop a 5 in the comments, a 2 in the comments, sorry, if that's you, if that's how you feel about, when you hear digital products or online jobs or something like that. Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel that it's complicated, it's technical, it's too risky? You might lose your money. You're not even going to take that chance. Let me just open my comment section so I can actually see. Okay, two, amazing. So the truth about digital products, the model that's quietly winning is the reality is a digital product is simply something valuable delivered online. For examples, templates, courses, guides, checklists, coaching, that kind of thing. So I don't know if you've realized, but a lot of therapists are going online now. So the other day, I'm looking for a, what do you call it? Um, what is the word in English? I can't think of it now, but I was looking for a play therapist, that kind of thing for my daughter. And the amount of play therapists or play therapy, sessions that I was able to book online, it was absolutely shocking because at first I was just looking like in my region where I was staying, and I found so many people, like I'm talking US, Canada, Ireland, people that were just popping onto my Google that I could book online sessions with. It was absolutely incredible. So, all of these things are digital products. It's a digital way of delivering your service or your product or whatever it is that you might be selling, right? So, another very simple example is Unisa. It's also, Unisa is a digital course that you take, right? So the biggest lie that people tell themselves is, I can't afford it. And I want to challenge that today, okay? Because most of the time, it's not about money, it's about certainty. Because people find money for things they believe will improve their lives all of the time. I was in a one on one session the other day and I was talking to this lady, and she said to me, like I just really can't afford anything right now. And I said to her, well, tell me, do you and your husband like to watch TV? Like, do you guys watch series at night? What do you do when you relax? Yes, no, we watch TV. So I said to her, so what happens if your TV breaks tomorrow? Like, I want you to think quick. Like, what is the first thing you'll do if your TV just shuts down tomorrow and it doesn't want to come on again? And she said, well, we'll make a plan because that's like literally that's part of our routine. So when I tell you that, you know, money, it's most of the time it's not money. It's because I know I've been there. I was when I started in the online industry and I started investing in coaching and things like that, I did not have money. I was jobless for 2.5 years at that stage, and I really didn't have the finances. But it was a priority for me. I wanted to change my life. I made a decision that I was going to change my life. So I would have walked the extra mile to get to that decision, that vision realizing. Okay. So, we say we can't afford a business opportunity, but somehow we find money for takeout, Amazon orders, coffee runs, a new phone, a weekend away. Because when we decide something matters, we make it happen. We make sure it happens. Okay. People don't spend according to their income, people spend according to priorities. The real question is not, can I afford this? But what is it costing me to stay where I currently am? I found myself in a place where I had literally, when people were asking me, so Nico, what do you do for a living? My answer would always be, well, I'm a wife and a mom. That's what I do. And then I was just sitting one day and I was thinking to myself, like, who am I? Who, because don't get me wrong, being a mother and being a wife is one of the greatest gifts of my life. But I had lost myself completely in it. I had lost no purpose whatsoever, no drive for what does Nika want? What excites me? What gets me, going and jumping up and down? And it was a long journey to figure that out. And this is why I'm so passionate about, helping women to really find their identity and their purpose again. Because, like I said when we started this, I think women just get lost in focusing on so many different things that we tend to lose ourselves in it. Okay, so what changed everything for me? I literally went from lost identity, wanted more. As you can see, I was just absolutely exhausted. I was exhausted with life and just dealing with life. And I honestly just felt at that point of my life, like, what is the point of life even? I'm just in this cycle and I'm not enjoying it. And then I took a chance when an opportunity arose. And I always say, I believe in God. And I always say that when God opens a door for you, it is your responsibility to walk through that door. So, anyways, and then I built online income and I've built a $40,000 business over the last 2 years as a mom with two kiddies under three. It's been a whirlwind, I can tell you that. And but it's been absolutely incredible. I absolutely love what I do. When most people, when the kids are in bed and they're watching TV, I'm sitting in front of my laptop because I'm so passionate about what I do. Some nights I'll even tell my husband, like, you know what, I'm really sorry. I'm just quickly gonna go work when he's watching something on TV and I'm not interested. So I absolutely love what I do. I've found so much purpose in it, and it's really just what I want for other moms as well. So I've just attached some of my earnings in screenshots. Just a lot of people are always asking me for this. I don't know why, but I've attached it so you can see there it is. It's changed my life completely. So here's the framework. Okay, this is the 90-day framework that I want you to go and think about it. Okay, so month one, I want you to focus on your identity. Who am I? What do I want? What excites me about life? Like, and I really want you to go deep, get a journal, get a notebook, jot it down every single day. Even if you just ask yourself these three questions every single day: who am I? What do I want? And what excites me? Because By answering these questions on a daily basis for 30 days, you are going to get to the root of, being able to say, I don't know. I don't know what excites me. Or maybe there is something specific that excites you, and you can actually go and you can chase this dream. Okay. Can everyone still hear me? Because I see it's saying that I'm offline. Just let me know in the comment section if you guys can still hear me. I'm hoping you can. Um, you're back now. Okay, awesome. So, sorry about that. I'm actually sitting in the pantry, by the way, because I'm at my mom's house and there's not an office over here for me. So anyways, so I want you to go ask yourself those three questions. Who am I? What excites me? And what was the other question now? Now I've forgotten. Should have wrote them down on here. Okay, but anyways, I've been recording, so I'll send out the replay tonight. So month two, I want you to focus on skills. So in month one, you are going to identify who are you? What excites you? What gets you going in the morning? And once you've identified that, you can start working on the skills to actually improve that and work on that and make a decision to build a future with that, right? And then month three, I want you to execute. I want you to execute the skills that you've now gained, the identity shift that you have made. I want you to execute on that. Okay. So what I found, the big shift for me is people don't need more information. Don't need more YouTube videos, and they don't need more free PDFs. Okay. They need support, and accountability. That is what they need. A proven system, support, and accountability. Okay, so now I want to introduce you to the digital magnetic system, right? This is an entire business setup. It's coaching, templates, sales system, and support. I'm literally talking that when you go through these shifts within the next 90 days, your identity, your skills, your execution, the the system just makes it so much easier because it's literally everything built for you. It's the ongoing support. Because here's the other thing, us as women, we like to do things alone, right? We like to be, I know, I like to be in the kitchen alone. Like when I'm cooking and my husband comes and he wants to help me out, I'm like, just leave it. Like I'll do it, He can help me out, but he's not doing it the correct way. So I just rather do it, that kind of thing. And we in the DMS, we are a community of women that are chasing purpose, identity. We are growing personally, and I really just it's an incredible community to be a part of. And the coaching is next level. You get weekly coaching on how to actually shift your identity, how to build your business, how to build your brand, and just find that little spark inside of you again. Okay, so who is this for? This is for ambitious moms, ambitious women, women seeking purpose, action takers. Okay. This is not for looky loos. I literally sent out an email this week and I was like, if you've been a looky loo in my email list, I need you to go because I don't work with people that, kind of come along and they're like, yeah, okay, I'll try it. That's not, I don't want to work with that kind of woman. I want to work with the kind of woman that's ambitious. She has a vision and she's willing to decide and dedicate time to create that vision, to make that vision a reality. Okay. And it's women who are ready to invest in themselves. This is not for get rich quick seekers. It's not for spectators and it's not for people unwilling to take action. All right, so I just want to show you what this looks like in real life. So Zanali says over here, real life update from the sea, 58,000 Rand in 4 days. Schools have started, but we're on vacation. 10 days, seafront, family time, memories with my babies. And I made a decision before we left. I didn't even want to check my bank account because for the first time in my life, I wasn't worried. School fees paid in advance, the entire holiday paid by me. Okay, do you hear that? Paid by me. And I just love that because I think us as women, in general, we are not the breadwinners. We earn very basic, basic salaries, and we almost just contribute in the household. I'm not saying that about every single household. I am generalizing at the moment, and I apologize for that. But, we never have that empowerment of saying, I'll pay for the vacation. Let's go on vacation. I'll pay. That kind of thing. And I just think, and that's why I work with ambitious women. That's why I work with women who actually want to scale, who want to get to the next level, who has a vision of being able to say, I'm paying the kids' school fees in advance and I'm taking us on holiday. Leave your wallet at home, that kind of thing. And then just one more example, Cecilia, is this even real life? Oh my gosh, I just smashed my 5 million mark. And with tears in my eyes, I want to shout it from the rooftops. When God opens doors, he opens them wide. All we need to do is walk through and trust him every step of the way. And then just two more of her beautiful testimonials. So if this feels aligned, here is your next step, okay? First of all, you are going to join DMS. Second of all, you are going to get the system and the support. And then you're going to stop guessing and you are going to start with clarity. Move into the space with clarity. Move into that new purpose, that new identity that you want to create. Okay. Your next 90 days, you have two options. Option number one, you stay exactly where you are. Okay. Option number two is you become the woman you've been thinking about becoming. And I just want to emphasize this. It is much easier to make the decision than you think it is. Because, it's this thing that I shared about Mel Robbins. Number one trap was the decision. The decision is the first step. And if you cannot take the first step, how do you expect to get to the vision? How do you expect to be where you want to be in 5 years? If you just choose, if you decide to stay exactly where you are. Okay, so there are two options, but I am definitely going to recommend the DMS Pro. I actually said this weekend we had a mastermind conference here in Jeffreys Bay, and I said I wasn't even going to sell the starter anymore because, like I said, I work with ambitious women. I work with women who want to scale, who want to take their lives to the next level, who want to create that vision. So, but I am going to give you the starter option, and I'm going to tell you why. So we have the DMS Pro, which gives you a full done for you business setup, resale rights, 12 exclusive PLR products, 30-day content strategy plan, faceless marketing strategy, advanced launch strategy, etc., etc. I'm not going to go through everything right now. Everything is available on the website. But all you need to know is it's going to give you everything you need to move in the right direction, to create that new life. And you'll see change within the next 90 days. I can promise you that because I'm going to personally coach you. Okay, so the total value is $6,000 plus, and obviously I'm not going to charge you that. So for today and today only, I'm going to charge you $1,197 plus a $75 activation fee. That is incorrect amount. I'm so sorry about that. It's a $75 activation fee. Okay, and then we have the DMS starter. Now the DMX starter is basically comes with the full done for you business setup, the resale rights to starter, 5 exclusive PLR products, 30-day content strategy plan, faceless marketing strategy, weekly group support, 5K roadmap, the perfect customer masterclass, and your magnetic sales formula. The total value for this one is $2,500 plus, but you're going to get it for $497 plus the $75 activation fee. Okay, so I'm opening the floor up. Ask your questions over here. I'm all yours. I'm all ears. Go ahead, ask your questions. And if you are ready to stop waiting, you're ready to walk into the space, you're ready to take the bull by the horns, you are ready to really just walk into that space of owning your identity, then I'm going to share the link in the comment section right now. What do I want? Yes, thank you. Sorry, I closed my comments again because I can't see my screen when I'm when the comments are open. It's so big on the screen. Okay, awesome. I've popped the link in the comment section. Can you upgrade from the starter to the pro? Yes, you absolutely can. So if you are looking at starting on the starter, please do send me an email after this. So I can just want to give you a little heads up about something amazing that's happening at the moment. Okay, so do we have any questions? Except for that one. Thank you for that one. You can upgrade at any time, by the way, and you'll just pay the difference. So the difference between the two. Okay. Amazing, you guys. Okay, I don't think we have any questions. Any takers? Any takers? I'm so glad that I explained that so well that we have no questions. That's amazing. Okay, amazing. You guys must have such a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Nika, for the presentation. If I begin with the starter package, how much is the likely earnings? Okay, great question. Great question, Warren. So if this is like I said, this is a identity shift. This is a complete new you that you are walking into. So I cannot tell you, you'll make $10,000 in your first month because it all depends on what you are going to do. And this is another reason why I say I work with ambitious people. I work with people that want to get to the top. I don't work with people who just, they looky lose. They just stay here at the bottom. I work with people who take action. And even if you are someone who struggles to take action, that's exactly what I'm here for. Because I used to be that person that struggled to take action. I was indecisive. I was going this way, that way, hesitating, overcomplicating things. And that's exactly why I'm here. So if you begin on the starter, I'm going to take you through. I have a sprint every single month. I have a sprint, a 30-day sprint where I get you to your first result. And but I cannot make any income claims. That I must say. It depends on your inputs. If you're not going to show up for the trainings, the coaching, the mentorship, then unfortunately you won't see results. Like anything in life, if you don't go to the gym when you want to lose weight, you're probably not going to lose weight, right? But if you go to the gym every day for at least an hour, I can guarantee after 30 days you're going to see some results. So I hope that answers your question. But you do get 90% commission. Okay, awesome. Omar, yay, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm so excited. Awesome. I'll be available until 8 for any emails, any questions that you might still have. If you feel shy on the call and you don't want to ask any questions, thank you for your response. How long do I need to work per day? So that's a good question. It's about, you have to put in about 60 to 90 minutes a day. And I'm actually going to send you part of your package or your, not package, I don't like to call it that, part of your program, your coaching program. You are going to get two free digital products from me, if you want to call it that. So two bonuses. The one is the Mom Money Map. It's not just for moms, but it's a map that's going to show you exactly what to focus on in 60 to 90 minutes a day so you can actually get to results. Because here's the other thing, when I started out, I was so overwhelmed. I didn't know where to go, where to start, what should I be focusing on, that kind of thing. And this map is just going to show you exactly what's going to get you to your results. Okay. And then the second thing that I'm going to share with you is the 50 high converting hook bank and the authority checklist. So just to get you set up correctly and get that foundation really concrete. Okay, so 60 to 90 minutes a day. Is it okay to touch base on a WhatsApp call tomorrow as I plan to get started? Yes, absolutely. I would love that. Do you have my WhatsApp number? I don't know if I've sent it out in an email. I actually can't even remember. No. Okay, awesome. So just send me an email after this and I'll send you the link to my WhatsApp number and then we can have a call. I would love that. Just so we can discuss any of your questions. We can even do a Zoom call if that suits you better. Okay, awesome, Warren. Okay, thank you so much for joining. I hope that's all the questions. Any takers for any more questions? No, I think, okay, we're done. We're all done. Okay, but I'm so excited about these two that are taking action. Well done. Incredible. I cannot wait to coach you, get you to where you want to be, get that identity shift, and start creating that purpose that is going to spark a fire in you. Okay, so let's go. Amazing. You guys must have such a beautiful evening and sleep tight. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the community.